Coming up at 7:40 here in the morning show, we've got Tuesday, January 4th, sunshine, 21 Cedar Rapids, 23 Davenport, 19 in Iowa City, joined in the Newsmaker line by Sara Schley. Been talking to her this morning, and the reason we're talking to her is that it's very important what she has gone through and what she is talking about. Bipolar is one of the most misunderstood words in modern health. For millions, the otherwise manageable condition can be literally fatal. So we appreciate you, author and speaker Sara Schley. You say you did not know that you had a condition called bipolar 2 until you were finally correctly diagnosed nearly 25 years and 5 psychiatrists later. Thank God you made it through, Sara. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Yeah, thank you so much, Doug. Indeed, yeah, right. Thank God, 25 years and 5 psychiatrists later.
Tell me about what is this type of bipolar 2?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's so important for people to understand is that when, if I asked you, when you hear the word bipolar, what do you think just off the top of your head?
Crazy.
Exactly, crazy, right? And
Yeah.
you think somebody who's like way high and way low.
Yeah.
There's a huge stigma associated with that. But in my case, that's not, I do have something called bipolar Roman numeral 2 that, like you said, wasn't diagnosed or discovered for 25 years. And why is that? Well, it turns out that bipolar is just on a spectrum, like many other spectrums that we know about now. It's not just black or white. It's not either or. It's not, up, down. There's a whole, rainbow of colors.
Right.
And in my case, right smack in the middle is what bipolar 2 is.
This is interesting because there's such a stigma attached to mental health. I've, dual diagnosis myself, and the local NAMI chapter, I have them on frequently to make sure they were talking about this, to bring this, and especially during COVID, coronavirus times, people really suffered from mental health issues because they couldn't get the help they needed. Your new book, Brainstorm, From Broken to Blessed on the Bipolar Spectrum, you've got a life-changing story to tell people.
I do. Thank you so much. And it took me literally 40 years, 25 years to diagnose, but 40 years on the path. My first breakdown, I was 21 years old, so do the math. You can understand how old I am now. A few gray hairs, in the making. But it is a life-saving story because, I was at the brink of death on a number of occasions, and I'm grateful that I'm still here. I say the only thing that kept me here was my 2 kids, and I would rather stay in hell and purgatory forever, which is what, bipolar depression breakdown feels like, than leave them with the legacy of a mom who committed suicide. But that's because I had a lot of support. A lot of people aren't as lucky as me. And they do end up taking their own lives. And I understand how excruciating, I understand that choice, which is brutal to even say.
Yeah.
But it's often because of misdiagnosis. And with the misdiagnosis comes the wrong drugs, which make you worse. And then you feel worse, and they give you more of the wrong drugs. And I'm not saying everybody, because there's a lot of wonderful psychiatrists out there, too, but there's a lot of problem with that whole process.
It's interesting because I can tell you right now that I know the story of somebody specifically who did suffer from that. They had a physical condition that created a lot of pain for them, and that created a lot of depression for them. The medication just took them sideways, and they ended up committing suicide. I'm so thankful that you are here. The book is called Brainstorm, From Broken to Blessed on the Bipolar Spectrum. You need to pick this up. We need to acknowledge that mental health is something that we need to be talking about. Get it out of the shadows and into the sunlight. Hey, Sara Schley, thanks for writing this book. Where can we pick it up?
You can get it. It's going to be available on Amazon like this week. I'm so excited.
Sweet.
But it's also, if you go to my website, www.saraschley.com, it's spelled SARASCHLEY. Again, SARASCHLEY. You can sign up there also to get a book.